doing something?
Everybody ready? Jermaine Whitehead.
I guess just looking back now, how much fun was that one? I mean, you had one as a freshman, but to have a chance to do it again, how much fun was that place at?
You know, it definitely a bright spot, you know, for my career, especially in my senior year, to get the ball rolling real early. Definitely a good flag back to have from my freshman year as well.
Forcing turnovers is one of the goals. I mean, you guys had a couple of chances to get fumbles, but being able to kind of start, I mean, how important was that to kind of get that feeling early?
I mean, it's definitely big to know that we can come out there and force teams to do things that they normally wouldn't do or don't want to do. We was able to get a couple balls on the ground that we definitely fought for, and you know, we had a chance to get. We'll find a way to come up with those balls in the games ahead.
Man, we all heard a lot about you. Your spring and preseason. Hadn't heard as much about Melvin Ray as a defensive player. What did you see from Melvin in camp and in spring?
I mean, Melvin is a grown man of the group, though. You know, he's the guy that's gonna do everything. You know, every down. He's the blocking guy. He's the deep ball guy. He's gonna put his eyes on the ball, make sure the ball always in. And you know, he's just a guy that runs great routes. It's hard to cover him one-on-one, so I can expect a big game from Melvin. You know, he does everything right, and you know, everything that comes his way, he makes it play.
You talked about the second half adjustments that you guys made on defense. Just talk about what was it like in the locker room? How much back and forth was there, or did you guys know what you needed to do coming in the second half?
I think it really just was a sense of us, you know, just getting together and playing football. You know, we had a little jitters coming out in the first half, and it took a minute to, you know, for us to start back clicking. But when we finally, you know, got at halftime and decided that we were trying to come out and play Auburn football, you know, Gabe talked about, you know, us, you know, wanting to be a great defense. It was our way to make a statement, you know, in that second half, and hopefully that second half is indicative and a reflection to the rest of our season.
What does it mean to get Freezy back out there with you guys playing?
You know, it was a great joy when he even found out he could play. You know, I was so happy for him as a teammate and as a brother. He's my roommate, and it hurt him a little bit when being that it was in the question that he wouldn't be able to play. So when he found out he could play, I mean, I was just so happy for him. And I knew he would bring to the table. You know, each play he's out there, you can expect something big from him. He made a lot of big plays, and you know, he didn't even get as many reps in practice as as we would want him to have. But you know, he was able to do a lot of things with the reps in the game.
Can you talk about his physicality out there? That was kind of the big criticism last year. 5'9", not really one of the biggest guys on the field, clearly. But he was out there really physical. Got the hit on the quarterback, blitzing, and obviously the forced fumble. So just talk about that.
Yeah, he's a real physical dude. I mean, you couldn't tell him he's 5'9", 205 pounds. You wouldn't be able to tell him that he believed he weighed bigger than that, he played bigger than that. You know, hitting is a part of the game. It's always been a part of the game. I think he comes from his background. He came out of a running back in high school, and he played a lot in the box in high school. So I think that's what got him so physical and the way he liked to play. I mean, it's an asset to our team, an asset to his position and our defense.
Jermaine, Coach Johnson said yesterday that the other safeties struggled some early and kind of got better as the game went on. Derek and Rudy. Just kind of talk about what you saw from them.
You know, they made a lot of great plays, but being in the game is a little faster than practice. You know, you don't get all day to line up. You got to get to your assignment. You know, things get it flowing fast. And you know, I kind of can. I'm gonna coach them up on that, and you know, just talk to them because I had those same struggles as a sophomore in my first time starting as a safety. So, you know, those boys, they're gonna be ready to go in the weeks ahead. You know, it's a lot of growing room for everybody. You know, the tape showed us a lot of things to work on.
About the challenge for you guys this week now, facing a team that's going to throw it a lot more than you saw last week. What have you seen out of San Jose State so far?
I mean, they have a great team, a great quarterback. You know, he's an accurate guy, able to move the ball around a lot of different receivers. You know, I can't wait to finish watching the film on them and get a beat on exactly what they're going to do and when they like to do it. You know, I think it's going to help us down the line to see a lot of this passing offense, so we can be a better defense.
In practice, and now you've seen him in the game, you've gone against him. Have you ever seen anybody like Duke and what he's able to do in the middle of the field to attack the ball?
I mean, Duke is a great receiver. probably on any other team, he'll be an outside receiver, but we have such a great cast around him that, you know, he has to play on the inside. That's a hard position to play. That's a hard position to cover because he can go either way. He has great feet. He runs all his route full speed. He's a hard guy to stop.
How difficult does it make for a secondary when you have a guy like that in the slot?
It's very difficult, especially knowing that, you know, you play a lot of, especially a team that plays a lot of man coverage and leave that slot guy one-on-one. But, you know, Duke is a playmaker. He'll make the play of 2 or 3 guys on. So, you know, you gotta respect our whole offensive scheme now. You know, we passing the ball a lot more. I think we proved we can put the ball in the air this year.
Jermaine, what was that secondary film room like when you got back, especially in the first half compared to what you were seeing in the second half? How much were you hearing from Melvin, some of them, you know, the breakdowns that y'all had in the secondary?
It just was, you know, us not putting our eyes in the right position. You know, we gave up 2 passes touchdown that really should have never happened. You know, but we back to the drawing board and we know exactly what was going on at the time. You know, it just was a matter of eyes. It wasn't the scheme, it wasn't the player. It was, you know, the lights on, let's make the play.
What do you guys get when Mincy and Jones are both on the field? We finally got to see a little bit more of that there in the second half.
I think those guys they know what to do. You know, they got a lot of game reps under their belt. Josh hasn't been back at corners, you know, in a while. TV hadn't played corner. So it's just those guys getting some reps. Like a game like this week is gonna, you know, boost the coach's confidence in them and our confidence in them as well. You know, the game was close, so we had to go with our guy that, you know, got a lot of reps at the position before.
Man, last year it seemed like the secondary kind of gave up a lot of yards, clearly. How much of y'all kind of carried that over, gave up a lot of first half yards, especially in the passing game as well? Going up against San Jose State, you know, they're going to throw the ball. How much is that like a chip on the shoulder?
It's a big chip on our shoulder. It's definitely a statement game for our secondary. We definitely feel we need to get some interceptions and turnovers to put ourselves in a great position and, you know, solidify us being a great passing defense. So we can't wait to go out there and showcase our talent this week.
All right.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.